Good morning. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Please welcome Charlie with this morning's announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's January 29th, and it is a white day. Attention student gov reps. Today's meeting will take place right in front of Fuller Stage, not in the basement, right after school. It's important to be prompt as well as we have some finishing touches for Winter Carnival. See Mr. Ryan or me with any questions. Sophomores and juniors, tomorrow is the deadline to sign up for the March 3rd school day PSAT 10 or SAT. Hilltopper fans, as always, we appreciate the enthusiastic support of the student section at our basketball events. In December, we asked to do a better job cleaning trash that accumulated during the games. Early in January, we saw a significant improvement. Unfortunately, our last few games, the stands have been left a mess. Please return to leaving the stands as good or better than we found them. Additionally, we will require that every student have a seat in the bleachers. You may still stand up front from that seat to cheer. Should you arrive to find the front row seats taken, you will need to go up into the bleachers and find an open seat. The players, officials, and your safety is at the forefront of the reasoning behind this expectation moving forward. Attention all Hilltoppers, there's still time to support the Valentine's Project. Supplies are set up in the library today and tomorrow. Feel free to stop by the table on the main floor during your free block and after school. We'll collect all the completed Valentines and deliver on Monday. The Math Club is hosting Contest 5 of the New England Math League on Tuesday, February 10th in Fuller Basement from 8 to 8:30 a.m. An email has been sent to sign up for this competition. Congratulations to the top scorers on Contest 4. Isaac Lanzini scored a 5, and our top scoring 9th grader was Russell Desjardins with a 3. Let's stop. Congratulations to this month's recipients of Chef B's Random Act of Kindness. For the seniors, the Viles Advisory. For the juniors, the Ryan Sweet Advisory. For the sophomores, the Adams Advisory. And for the 9th graders, the Muner Advisory. Advisors, your treats can be picked up on Friday anytime after 7:15 a.m. Happy birthday today to Gunnar Ward, Alexander Curtis, and Gracie Stratton. Happy birthday. Today for sports, we have Alpine at Smuggler's Notch at 9:45, wrestling at Harvard at 6, and JV and varsity girls basketball home versus CVU at 5:30 and 7. And that's it for today. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Charlie. This morning we have a couple of presentations, so please join me in welcoming Charlie and Molly to talk about the Ghana Trip Supply Drive. Please welcome them.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
I'm Molly.
We are participants in the West Africa Ghana Service Trip and will be teaching and helping in the Aya Owens International Schools with grades kindergarten through 9th. We will be accepting donations from today to February 9th. All donations can be put in a box outside of Streeter 263, Colby 202 for faculty in the faculty room.
We are looking for a variety of school supplies, including sidewalk chalk, colored pencils, Crayola crayons, finger paints, jumbo pencils, and Dr. Seuss books. Please do not donate markers.
For the math items, we are looking for base 10 blocks, fraction tiles, fraction circles, and place value discs for large numbers and algebra tiles.
Other items that can be donated: inflatable globes, magnifying glasses, recorders, heavy-duty scissors, metal cutters, tuning forks, crocodile clips, and super glue.
If you can't donate a school supply item and want to donate money, please contact Ms. Keach or Ms. Davis at kim.keach@sdjacademy.org or elizabeth.davis@sdjacademy.org. All donations will go to the Aya Owens School. If you would like to donate other supplies, please contact Ms. Keach. We will be collecting donations until February 9th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you both. And now, please welcome to the stage Una and Poppy with a sustainability spotlight. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Poppy,
And I'm Una.
and we're here to talk about idling.
We know it's really cold out this time of year, and we know it's really uncomfortable to wait outside, or even just in a cold car. It can be really tempting to just sit in your nice warm car until chapel in the morning or after school, but this can actually have some really negative side effects.
Idling can be described as running your car for any amount of time where you aren't driving it. Obviously, your car might sometimes physically need to heat up before it can run in the mornings. Since that's necessary, we aren't really talking about that. Legally, a common definition of the practice of idling is more than 5 minutes of unnecessary stationary running of a vehicle. But of course, any amount of time that you are staying in your car with the engine running is idling and can still have negative side effects.
So, why is idling so bad? Well, it can emit really toxic gases into the air, which are bad for both you as a person, who might be inhaling these fumes, and the environment. These gases can actually also contribute to acid rain, which can really harm our water systems and the ecosystems which rely on those.
Because besides the fumes, though, car idling after that 5-minute mark actually breaks Vermont law, and you could be made to pay a fine of $10, $50, or $100 if you are caught. It's also bad for your car lifespan, can damage your fuel system, and uses up lots of fuel.
We know it can seem like there's nothing for you to do if you get here early in the morning besides wait in your car for chapel, but we have some ideas for you. You can go to the library, or you can go to the cafe, where you can get free breakfast. If it seems that you always get to school with plenty of time to spare, maybe try leaving a little later, or even visiting a local business, like the deli, which opens at 7:30, or Boole, which opens at 7.
We hope you'll think twice before you idle the next time you have the chance. Consider talking with your parents about idling and, politely of course, suggesting limiting idling time when picking up or dropping off students. Thanks for listening.
Thank you both. And now we have a special speaker this morning, and so it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Mrs. Jolliffe. Please welcome Mrs. Jolliffe.
Hey, good morning. I'm now processing the guilt of all the idling I've done at Brook Mountain, picking people up from skiing. But we'll just move past that. So this morning I want to talk to you about last week's walkout. This was actually the third walkout that I've experienced in a school setting. When I was a freshman in high school, eons ago in 1991, the Gulf War was underway. Iraq had invaded the small country of Kuwait just a month before my friends and I started school. I brushed up against the news from the Middle East when I wandered through the family room and my parents were watching CNN. At 14, my main concerns in life were what I would wear to school the next day, whether my best friend Meredith would leave me behind after making the varsity basketball team, and what I could do to get Ted Bjorn to notice me. He was so cute. The war seemed justified to me. One country had invaded another, and we were the head of over 40 countries fighting to free them. End of story. It was therefore a complete shock to me when a group of 30 or so students walked out of school to protest the war. This was a pretty risky move in our red state of Kentucky. Besides, we were fighting a just cause. We were the good guys. Why would anyone protest that? My friends and I dismissed them as attention seekers and hippie wannabes, and when they were suspended, it seemed to us like they had gotten what they deserved. But one of the girls who had walked out was in choir with me. We weren't friends, but we were reasonably friendly. My lack of filter was way worse at 14, and so it didn't take long before I asked her, "What'd your parents say when you got suspended? Were they mad?" Her answer turned my thoughts upside down. It turns out her uncle was in the military. She was scared he would be sent to Iraq to risk his life in a war that she and her friends saw as being about keeping oil flowing to the U.S. She didn't want him to die, And for her, walking out seemed like one way she could voice this in a world that didn't pay attention to the thoughts of high schoolers. For her, the suspension was worth having a way to release the fear and anger and anxiety that she had been carrying around each and every day. I hadn't really thought about that conversation in a long time, but when the walkout here occurred last week, I remembered that girl, and I remembered how her answer made me consider, for one of the first times in my life, that each individual brings their own perspective, shaped by who they are and the values they carry and the experience they have, to the events and issues in this world. Ultimately, she didn't shift my belief that the war was justified, and our conversation didn't stop me from trying for an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point when I was a senior. But that realization, that idea that things aren't black and white, and that who we are shapes how we see things, had stayed with me for 36 years. All this to say, my hope is that when you see classmates who care so deeply about something that they are willing to risk punishment, you take the opportunity to talk to them. Ask them about why they walked. Chances are they're going to tell you thoughtfully, rationally, passionately, and without judging you for not participating or having a different point of view about what made them walk out. I hope you will listen. I hope you ask questions, respectful and thoughtful questions. And I hope you explain your own perspective and ideas. And I hope that they listen carefully and ask you respectful questions in return. Because conversations like those build connections and understanding. And the relationships that spring from those connections and understanding can only make our school stronger. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mrs. Jolliffe. I appreciate that you took the time to share that with us. You're right. Being critical thinkers, being in discussion, and listening is really important to the development of a strong community. With that, I wish you a great day, faculty.